Hello everybody. Hello. This is a reading for March 18th to the 23rd of 2024. This is a very significant reading about what's happening through a Sagittarius. Okay, now I know that there are several things you must learn, even if you have a good time and a bad time. But you know what? This is how most most ability of how that is. Okay. Now this is a way of how it is, the way of how you can do whatever you want to do, but there are several things that you must learn, and there is a way of how it is. So last quarter moon it says here is practice gratitude. That's all you can do at the moment. Okay. Even if you are feeling distracted about work, or if it's you know um you have all these abilities where it's work, and you keep working. You know, it's like there's a song from Snow White, okay, saying, hi ho, it's off to work I go. Right? Now that song is basically, it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right? That's the movie, right? From Disney. But anyway, back to my story about the Sagittarius thing. There is a way about knowing that there is a problem here. And in that problem, there are several things that you must learn first. I always say this in my videos, because it is, right. You have to face your own abilities to know what's happening from the right and wrong. Maybe you're working too much. Maybe you want to take breaks. Maybe you can do whatever you decide to do, right? But hear me out. This is the way of how it is, right? This is the way of how satisfaction guaranteed about how everything is, right? And this is the way of how these oracle cards are going to tell me what's happening, okay? Because this is how I'm going to tell you, okay? Because I'll tell you about a lot of oracle cards that you need to figure it out. Because this is a way of how to understand of what's happening, and you see it as a wonderful situation, and you think, okay, well, everything is in the clear. It is in the clear, but then you have to know exactly what you're going to do, right? You have to believe that you can do it as much as you can, because this is how it is, and I'll show you these almost at the end of the video as well. So you think about this and you think that there everything seems to be fine, but there is a way of how what I'm going to say is that uh, procrastination is a wonderful way, right? Because you put things in the back burner and you can leave them there until you decide to, right? So I'm just drinking some orange juice here. So anyway, this is how it is. And I have the dice, and I have cards, and I have everything else that goes to this whole entire video. Now, if this video seems to be long for you, it's okay, because I need to focus on how a Sagittarius is feeling at the moment. Okay, so the first card that let's take a look at these oracle cards first before we take out the tarot. The first card I'm going to recommend for you is gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Okay, so you do have to look at that first one, right? Gratitude is a good way to know what's happening. The second one is denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness, right? That's how it is, right? Because you're fearing that way of how you can do whatever you can. Understand about how that is, understand how you can do that, right? Seeing is believing, believing is seeing, right? And that's how it is, okay? The third one is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. That's true, right? Because if you're working so much and stuff, that's all you can do, right? And there are things that you're trying to consider your options, right? And you have to think about how you can do that, okay? And last one, number 4, is envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Yes, everyone's different in the same way. Everyone's unique, and everything is, everyone's, you know, special and everything else, right? But these are the cards that you're going to know, okay? So this is how it is, okay? Now, the other cards that you will see at the moment, you will see uh, these cards here at the end of the video, but I'll show you those at the end. Keep in mind that my voice is a little bit low today, I don't know why, but this is how it seems to be, I guess. Just going to take another sip of my drink. Alright, so let's see about this. So I'm going to tell you something so you can know about what's going to happen now. Now I'm going to see about this whole entire reading step by step and see what's happening because you have to know exactly what's going to do, right? Because further or not, you see it as a wonderful feeling. You know how it is, you know how the outskirts are, right? Because you see it as a wonderful, projection, the way of how you can do that, the way how you can be of who you are and know how you can deal with it and understand like that. Okay, so you'll see the cards eventually, and this is not a like almost a Celtic cross thing, but if it is, then you will see it. So let's get started here. So you can see, says here is if you have earth signs in your chart, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, these are the earth signs here. There's a water sign here, there's unity, there's air sign. Okay, so the Queen of Earth is saying, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach, deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. That's all you can do at the moment. Um, this one, the Six of Earth, is give some money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, recovering your loan, or paying off debts. Maybe you're struggling with that. Maybe there was something that was going on, right? This could be a work-related situation. Maybe it could be that. And now we have, let's see, the Ace of Water here. Um, falling in love. There's relationship. There's, so you're kind of like being that, right? So you can have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer in your birth chart. The Six of Air is things are looking up the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So it could be like maybe you're resting, maybe you're going to take a break, maybe you're going to realize that there was something that was very distracting, or maybe you need to think about the positive, not the negative. And then you have the unity. Arjuna Sattafran is traditional viewpoints or methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Maybe you could be having fun when you're having friends, right? Rather than think about work, right? That could be a distraction, right? Work is work, right? And when you're focusing on work, you're going to focusing on work, right? But you have to focus on how it is. Focus on the right tools. Focus on how you can make amends and do what you can, right? That's how it seems to be. But let's keep going, shall we? So anyway, this is almost how it is, right? This is how it is. Now, the reading will keep going as it goes because it's going to get larger and larger and larger, and you think, oh my, this is huge. It is huge because this is how it is at the moment, right? So you can see all this, okay? You can see, okay, well, there's something happening. So as you can see, you can have the Six of Wands reversed, followed by the Justice that's reversed, right? So I'll put these cards in different order. Then you have the Magician that's upright. You have Two of Swords, or Two of Wands is upright, not the Two of Swords. Then you have the King of Cups is upright, followed by you have the Empress that's reversed, right? So this is a very, very unexpected feeling that you are right now. Now, Sagittarius, I'm focusing on you right now, okay? You have to believe that if you are focused on your abilities, you know exactly what you're going to do now, right? If you have a beginning, you're going to start your beginning, okay? There's no end to this right now. But if you focus on your way, focus on that, right? Focus that you can do whatever you decide to do, right? No one's not going to tell you what to do. No, you have to focus on yourself. Focus that you can do whatever you can, you know? You have to focus on that, right? Because you use your way of how it is, right? You have to use your own basics, right? It's how it is, right? If you try to do it as long as you need to, you can do that, right? But let's keep going about this reading because this is very interesting. You see, as you have two reverse cards, you have no three reverse cards and three upright. That's kind of good right now, but I want to see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. The Knight of Wands is reversed, and then you have the Knight of Cups is upright. Then you have actually the Seven of Swords is upright. Okay, so now I'm kind of getting somewhere in this situation as Sagittarius where you're trying to have victory on your side. That's fine, right? Victory, you want to do whatever you want to do. The Seven of Swords represents that you're having burdens right now because you don't want to carry all that mess that you're going through, right? You're trying to focus, right? Focusing is good, right? Focusing that you could do whatever you decided to, right? And I'm not trying to be mean or rude. I'm just telling you what the reading is because based on that, you have to focus on your own reality. This is a no-brainer, this is not, but you have to focus on that. Focus on your abilities to know what you're going to do. You have to remember that. Remember about how the strategy is, remember about how things are. You put things into your own perspective, right? Focus on your reality. Focus on how you can try to understand what's happening, right? Because this is the way of how it is, right? Because there's no distraction, but if there's a distraction, you have to keep away from it. Maybe you like a distraction, maybe you can focus on that, right? Maybe focus on about something without your work, and you focus on that. You focus on maybe you going to see your friends. Maybe you can focus on that rather than focusing on work. If you focus on work all the time, then what's the point, right? So it's like you need to stay positive as much as you can. But let's keep going, shall we? So it kind of is very interesting about this, right? You have to focus your ability, focus on how you can do that. Um, this is the way of how everything is, right? It's the way of how you can be comforting and comfortable. But if you look at it, this is how it is, right? So you focus on that ability. So you focus on this, right? You have to focus on that. So let's keep going. So I want to see about what is this Knight of Wands is. Okay, so the Lovers, that's reversed because you're not going to be focusing. Uh, like you already have somebody, so you're focusing on that person. And that's fine because this is not between you look related and slash a romantic relationship at the same time, but you want to try to focus on your ability. Focus on what's happening right now. Let's see what's the opposite of that card, please. The Nine of Coins. Yeah. So which means that basically the Nine of Coins is like, the Nine of Pentacles is basically saying that you're going to be working. You want to be the working person, right? And you have to focus on your ability. Focus about how everything is currently going on for you. It's the way of how everything is because you have to focus on that, right? Focus about your abilities, focus on what you can do, right? So let's see what's between these two cards, between these two cards, and between these two cards. So let's see. The Two of Cups is upright, because you're focusing on your friendship or focusing on where you are, right? That's how it is, right? Another one is the Chariot, okay? Yeah, because this is how it seems to be, right? Because you know that you can be acknowledged and everything else. And this one is, okay, the Five Pentacles reverse. Okay, so you're trying to focus your ability to know what's going to be onto that, right? So you have to focus that. So let's see what's opposite of that card, please. Okay, the King of Swords is upright. Okay, so you're acting like a good person, a good loyal person to understand about that. Like you could be doing what you can and focus your abilities and focus about the right and wrong situation. Maybe you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, but if you focus, you do the right thing, right? Focus that you can be smarter as you think. Maybe you can do whatever you can, right? Um, because you're focusing. You're focusing on the card that I showed you earlier, gratitude. That's all you can focus on is gratitude. Maybe you could be focusing that you can be understanding that how you can do that, right? Maybe you could be focusing on your own way, right? It's the way of how you can put yourself into your own perception, right? Um, because all I can think of, right, is how this is going to be all imposing that situation, right? It's like imposing yourself into a picture. You have a pose moment like this, right? And you're actually, being opposed of that. So if you focus and you focus on something else rather than, your work, maybe you could be focusing on maybe your love life, maybe you could be focusing on how you can do whatever you want to do, because you have to put things into perspective. That's all you can do, right? It's for me, for example, I have to distract myself because I need to think about my happiness. right? And have gratitude and everything else, right? But this is not my reading. I'm just telling you what's happening for my perception. But for your perception, you have to look at it from a different way. You have to look at it from a way of how you can do it, right? It's the manner of how you can do it while you can do whatever you can, right? And that's how it seems to be. So you have to focus on this, okay? So you have to focus on that. So let's see. So I want to see what's over here, what's over here, and put over here. So let's see. The Two of Cups is up, right? Yeah. So I did say, so you have to focus on your friendship or your love life. Maybe you could be focusing on that, right? Because you have to distract yourself if you don't want to work or anything like that. You have to focus on that. Okay. This one over here, let's see. The Sun card. So you're going to represent that you want to be happy. Try to focus on that, right? You have to stay focused as much as you can. Maybe you might have Leo in your birth chart. I don't know. But you can look at that. Okay. This one over here is the Ace of Cups reversed, which means that you don't want a new beginning, but we're going to see how that goes. So, this is the way of how you could try to think about something. So I'm just going to see this as a wonderful way of how it is. Ah, the Temperance card, that's up, right? Okay, so that's interesting. Is there anything else that I could think of? Think of, think of, think of. Think of something. Think of something what's happening with a Sagittarius. Let's see. Page of Cups, that's reversed. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything, but it can, if I can clarify with this. The Moon is reversed. Okay, so you don't want to feel illusion, like you don't want to get yourself into trouble or anything like that. You have to focus your ability. If you're focused on these two, as Two Cups as your love life or your friendship or anything, you're focusing on that rather than, focusing on work, right? So you're going to try to do as much as you can. All right. Is there anything else that I can add to it? Let's see about this. Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas, inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. Aha, yes. Yes, this is what it is. Okay, so you have Gemini Libra cards in your birth chart. So if you look at your own perspective and you have brilliant new ideas, inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, you look at that. You look at that as basically you're going to look at maybe these other cards, like you look at denial, regret, and envy. If you look at these three cards, and you look at that for these cards here, the denial, the envy, and the other the regret. You look at that and say that how can you do that? How you can feel that way, right? Because if you focus on gratitude, so serious, that's all you can do at the moment, right? Because you're focusing. Focus the ability that you could do whatever you want. It's the way how you can do that, right? Because in other words, you have to feel it because this is how it seems to be. So I know that this video seems to be long, but you have to focus on that. This is how everything is going to split. So, which means that I'm going to split this one and see what's what's at the bottom of the Two of Cups here, the Chariot. So let's see that. Let's see that. The Queen of Cups is reversed, okay. And we have Death card that, okay, is reversed, which means that you need to focus on, you know, there's no turning back, which means there's no endings, but you have to focus on what you're going to do, right? Because it's the perception of how you can do that as the way it is, right? Because theory, this is how it is, right? You have to focus on that. Now, let's see about these cards here. Let's see. Let's see what's this. And let's see. The Wheel of Fortune is upright, so you're gonna have luck on your side. Positive luck, right? You have good luck on your side. And this one over here, see, you have reverse of Death card here. Now you have reverse of Death card over here. That's very interesting. Okay. All right, so we are getting somewhere in that perspective. I don't know why I said we are, but anyway, this is how it is. Now you can focus on that ability because you know that you know what's happening. You know how this is kind of interesting and how you can do that, right? Because you focus on that ability, right? You focus on the way how you can do that. Um, but I want to see how this is going to go. So let's see about this one as well. The Ace of Swords is upright. Okay, so basically you're kind of be focusing on new beginning right now. That could be that way. See? So you can understand about how everything is, right? It does look like this is a very good picture to understand that, right? Because this is how you can see it. You can understand that way because, you know, it's the way of how you can put yourself into your own perspective and say, well, am I doing the right job? Am I doing the wrong job? And, you know, there are things that you must learn is to understand and how you can gravitate your own way, your own ability to know what's happening. You know, it's like taking a drink of orange juice. Okay, it helps to help your mind clear and gives you concentration and gives you vitamin C and everything else, right? It helps you, right? So if you focus on that, it helps you to in most ways that it will be good. You know, it's a way of how you can do whatever you decide to do. You know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not being mean or rude or anything like that. I'm just saying that if you focus on, you know, your friendships, your love life, whatever, instead of focusing on, you know, your work or anything like that, you have to find something that you can do, right? And there's a good saying I'm going to say is that you have to focus on something to do rather than having nothing to do, right? And that's all you can do at the moment. You have to focus on something, right? And if you focus on that, you do what you can do, right? That's what it is. So we're almost done with this reading. So this is how I have for you. And I know that this is a good reading so far. But if you just remember that you have to focus on your ability, you have to focus on that, right? You have to do exactly what you can. Right? So you have to focus on that. Focus that you can do whatever you want to do. So I know that I already split these, but I want to see what the universe is going to say. Yeah, the universe. So I want to see what the universe is saying between these two. So you have the Seven of Swords that's reversed. See? See, this is how it is. Okay, because you have the Seven of Swords that's upright over here that you cannot see. It's right here. Means that you have burdens right now. If you take away these burdens, now you focus on your friendship, you focus on having good luck, you do what you can, right? Now you have the Eight of Wands is upright, which means that now you can be focusing that you're going to travel if you decide to. Maybe you're going to focus on the ability to know that you can do it, right? This is not a wrong and do situation. This is not. But if you focus on your own way, you can do exactly what you can. No matter how it is, no matter how you don't want to have yourself to fail or anything like that. If you focus on your dignity, your own way, your own perspective, your own how you can do it, that's all you can do, right? Is to focus. Focus on distracting yourself. Focus on being, well, emotionally stable. Maybe you could look at yourself and think, okay, well, I'll stay positive rather than negative, or I'll stay positive rather than stressing out. And this is going to be making everyone laugh, I'll say it. If you focus on stress, stress is backwards then for desserts. Very funny, right? Very funny. Yes, because desserts is backwards for stress, right? So if you just remember that if you focus on your own ability to know from right and wrong, you can do whatever you decide to do. Now, here's the thing before we discontinue this reading sessions. You have to know what you can do at the moment, okay? The dice will tell me what's happening. The playing cards will represent air signs, water signs, earth signs, and fire signs, okay? So, the hearts are water signs, the spades is air signs, the clubs is fire signs, and diamonds are represents earth signs. So if you look at those, that's how it is. And I know that we were focusing on these, okay? I did say at the end of the video we're going to focus on these, okay? Um, this is how it is at the moment, right? Because this is how it is, right? So we can do that as well. And then we have dice as well. And I'll put my dice here because you need to know exactly what's gonna happen, okay? I'll probably bring out not very much dice out, but I'll bring maybe at least maybe, yeah, I'll bring out at least 3 dice, or no, wait, I'll do 4 dice. Sorry, I'll do 4 dice. And what I'm gonna do with these dice, I'll roll them, and it will tell me when I post this video and stuff in the description box below. I'll put the numerology and stuff. I'll find it on the internet. I'll post it on the description box. You can read it, but this is how it is. Okay, because the dice could represent the numbers, and it could represent the letters, whatever it is. But this is how it is because you have to focus on that. Focus on your abilities to know what's happening. Because what I said to you, Sagittarius, you have to focus. focus to distract yourself from work. Maybe you could do that, okay? But that's how it is. You have to focus on staying positive rather than having negative. If you're having negative, it's not going to happen. It's no, okay? So just try to focus on positive, okay? Just like me showing you once again this drink, this orange juice, okay? You have to focus on that. Maybe that will help you, okay? So I'll show you the dice now. Then I'll do the playing cards as well after that. Then I'll read these last cards for you, and that'll be the end of the video. Okay, so let's see. So you have 3 5s and you have a 6. So this could be so if you look at May, it could be May 10th, May 15th, May 5th. Maybe you could look at those. Maybe that could be those months. Maybe it could be that. The 6 represents basically, June, right? And if you add, and I'm not going to make you all confused right now, but if you add the 5 plus 6 is 11, and if you do 11, that represents November. So it could be like November 11th, it could be November 10th, 5th, 6th, whatever it is, right? So you look at those numbers. You could do that, okay? Now, this is what these cards are going to say, okay? So I'll read those, and then I'll do the playing cards last. And this is how it is. I did say about beginnings. Probably I did say that, but let's see. New beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Beware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. Okay, so you have to focus on that. Focus about your new beginnings, focusing on that, right? Because that's how it is, right? You focus the Ace of Swords, it represents that the new beginnings. Okay, like you focus on that. This one's a good one. Embrace the moment. It says, embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today. Repel those negative thoughts. Try not to nudge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. See, didn't I say that before? Yes, because you have to focus on staying positive, right? That's how you can do that. Next one is choices. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world, right? So you have choices. Choices is the basically you can do, right? If you choose about travel, if you focus on your abilities to do whatever you decide to do, that's all you can do at the moment. And last one is forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, that it has the capacity to heal and transform. And that's how it is, because you can do yourself a favor. And the favor is that you can focus your abilities. Focus on how you can do that. Focus on how you can do the right thing, right? You have to focus on that. Focusing is the right way to know what you can do, and that's all you can be resenting because everything has to be all fine, dandy, whatnot. But you have to do that, right? You have to think things through, right? You have to look at what's going in, what's coming out, what's how it is, because you have the 10 wands that's up right here, right? So you have the 10 wands, the 9 pentacles, the hierophant that's reversed, the tower that's upright. Like there are things that you're trying to do what you can because you can focus on that. Um, like you can focus on. I'm just going to put these cards up upside down and you can see it. Like the Page of Pentacles is upright. You have the Knight of Swords is upright. You have the King of Wands is upright. You have the Page of Swords is upright. You have the Hangman that's reversed. You have the Devil that's upright. There are things that you're trying to know that you can do whatever you decide to do, because this is how it is. You have to focus your own way. You have to do that, right? Um, there's more for you. So there's this over here. I'll do this over here as well so you can see it. So, didn't I say something about the tower? Yeah, see, you have the tower, you have the 7 of Wands. This is how it is, right? Because you focus on the ability. Um, Over here you have the 2 of Swords that's reversed, like you already know exactly which direction you're going to take. It's that, right? And lastly, over here, this pile of cards over here that you can see. At over here, you have the 3 of Fire. It still represents you, Sagittarius. Um, so you can be focused on that. There's the Knight of Fire is upright. There could be the 5 of Fire is upright. The life, you know, the life of experience, is upright. Like there are things that you're trying to consider because you have to focus on this. Focus on the reality of get things done in order to do that. Because if you focus on gratitude, you have to focus on that. If you focus on envy, if you focus on regret, if you focus on denial, those cards are, negative feeling. But if you focus on gratitude, that's all you can do, right? Because I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what the cards were saying because that's what you can do, right? And let's see about this way. So let's see about the playing cards. So who's following Sagittarius? So this one is the 2 of Hearts, is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Secondly, 9 of Clubs is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And lastly, 2 of Spades represents Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So if you focus on that, you focus on how it remains, focus on how it is, and focus on how everything is going to be all okay. Because, this is how it is. This is how I'm going to say it. Because, you have to remember that things are going to come to a different way where you can look at them. That's all you can do, right? That's all you can think of. And, this is how it seems to be. So I hope that this video helps you. I hope that you can consider your own way. You have to remember how it is, and that's what I have for you. So I hope that this reading helps you. I hope that you encourage of what's happening, and this is how it seems to be. Okay, so remember that. Remember to stay positive as much as you can. Focus on what you're going to do, and that's how it is, right? So this is how it is. and this is how it seems to be. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day to all, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.